Welcome everybody to Moebius Empire Rising. I figured out the problem. The problem is that Bandicam decided that it didn't want to record my microphone for some reason. And then I guess I set the music volume too low, or the game volume too low in my volume mixer. And then you couldn't hear anything. So yay! Fail on my part. Anyway, this is a game by Jane Jensen, the woman who is also involved in Gabriel Knight and one of my favorite adventure games of all time, Grey Matter. And so I was really excited to see that this had been released, and I finally got paid, so I went and picked it up. I'm playing the GOG version because I try not to get the Steam version if I don't have to, because people are interrupting me, and sometimes my internet's crap, and I don't want to just lose all my footage because my internet went out or Steam was being retarded or whatever. So here we go. Let's start with the intro e-comic because we're lazy. South Africa, 1987. 10 more minutes, children. Do your best. The test was easy. I'm bored. Ouch! You should make needles that don't hurt. Maybe you'll grow up and invent one, eh? Cheeky little shit. 1000322 Malachi Rector. Test results: IQ 175. Frontal lobe analysis: left cortex 80%, right cortex 20%. Science. Enjoying your books, Kai? You're such a good boy. I'm going for a walk. I'll be back in a little while. Okay, Mummy. Logic, 99.9 percentile. Memory, 99.5 percentile. 2 hours later. I have to go before I miss next week. Your husband is a fool. We're all fools. Ah! Oh shit, bitch got jumped. It's the Lion of Adultery! Rah! Kai, stay back! Shoot! Excuse me. Isabel! Isabel! What the hell? Oh, is that her cheater guy? DNA subtype, LRSD23311. Blam, blam! Isabel, no! Flag, code red. San Juan, Spain? I don't know how it's pronounced in Spanish. September 2013. Arrived at Gabriel Rector. We await your transmission. Senor Rector, your reputation precedes you. I hear you have an exquisite eye. You're going to love this piece. It's magnificent, a treasure. May I see the chest now? Of course, it's upstairs this way. Here she is, guaranteed genuine. I have the documents for it, of course, worth more than the €2 million asking price. It was crafted in 1470 and was used for a period of 1 month by Torquemada himself. The chest itself is 17th century, made in Rome. The hinges are rusted, but the front latch isn't. Hinges were taken from a 15th century dresser. The varnish is 16th century Venetian, a floor varnish. Ah, the forgers couldn't resist a bit of contemporary wood glue. The chest is a cobbled mishmash, estimated value of $5,000. Thank you, Mr. Rector. Your fee will be deposited immediately. How dare you insult my honor? You are lying. That was made up. No one could possibly know such things with just one look. No one. Who do you think you are? I think I'm someone who appraises valuables for a living, and that includes jewelry. Cubic zirconium, American. Green glass, Portugal. 10-karat gold plating over aluminum. Estimated value, $150. Oh, snap. No, querida. He is a liar. ¿Me has tomado el pelo con un baratijas? No, me jodas. I'm not quite sure what that means. Eres un tacaño de mierda. ¿Y las rubias? ¿Y las perlas? ¿Tampoco son de verdad? It's probably like you are a piece of shit, you're a son of a bitch or something. And the rubies and the pearls. Are those also true? Or maybe, something like that. Slam! Send GPS coords of nearest hospital, now. Really? That's all you bring with you? Some fucking brass knuckles? Centro Medico El Castro, Vigo. David, I told you to hire security. When will you listen to me? Malachi? Malachi! Your ass whipped. Alright, let's go! Chapter 1. In your hands. Selecting an item in your inventory will cause it to become your active item and show up in your inventory tab. The eye enters examination mode, the magnifying glass enters interaction mode, and the bag enters combine mode. Any items you can look at will be lit up. Examining an item closely is a good way to learn more about it.
I need to take these or I can get into trouble. My wallet. I keep everything worth knowing on my phone. They help with the headaches.
Chapter 1, Into Your Hands. Venice. This doesn't look like Venice. The Cognition series.
Malachi, you're back.
Just landed.
Are you alright? What did the doctor say?
Lots of bruising, but there's no permanent damage. Don't fuss.
Malachi, you were in the hospital in Spain for a week. A man who evaluates antiques for a living should not have to worry about getting beaten by thugs.
The chest Senor Perez was trying to sell was a fake. It's hardly my fault he took my evaluation badly.
You need to take security on these jobs. Some of these sellers are dangerous people, and you excel at pushing people's buttons.
I'm honest, and that's precisely why my clients hire me. Is there any urgent business?
I have a few things to fill you in on. Let me know when you've had a chance to settle in.
Oh, we're in Manhattan. Ugh, I wish it was 60 degrees here. Professor Reed.
I have a sneaking suspicion Gretchen keeps gold and bronze objects behind her because of the way they bring out her hair. That cornucopia is made of solid gold.
Why would you have that?
The objects in those security boxes are especially valuable. Gretchen gets them down if a serious buyer is interested. A chinois clock. They usually don't last long in the store. Gretchen's desk is more cosmetic than functional. She does most of her work on her tablet. My suitcase. I can't forget I have my passport in the pocket. I'll take my passport
with this
with me.
dude's shoulders? That just looks freaking weird, man.
We're right on 7th Avenue. Excellent visibility and good foot traffic. But most of the walk-ins take one look at the price tags and quietly leave. Fortunately, most of our business comes from private clients. That cabinet is worth a bloody fortune. It's utterly unique. Sometimes our customers bring in items for my appraisal. They're kept tucked away behind the screen so no one tries to buy them. Is there anything in the alcove that urgently needs my appraisal?
Not at the moment, no.
A gilded Jerome figurine. Quite rare. All of our items are one of a kind and in excellent condition. I do have a reputation to maintain. Gretchen Stern, my shop manager. She's efficient and intelligent, very good at what she does. Unfortunately, she can act overly familiar at times. I don't need mothering, or girlfriending, or anything for that matter. We should catch up on what's been going on while I was away.
Let's do it.
You said in your email that you've been looking into security options?
I made a list of the reputable security agencies in New York. You should have a bodyguard travel with you. With the money you earn on these assignments, you can afford it.
No, they'd only get in the way and be tiresome. I prefer to travel alone.
Fine. There are other options.
What other options do you have for security?
I've been researching security agencies in various international cities. I can set someone up when you travel. Have them meet you at the airport.
I can't trust someone I've just met. How could I be sure they weren't already bought off?
These are reputable agencies. You have to get over your trust issues.
No other brilliant ideas about security?
I have a report on where to buy guns in various countries. It's not a very good option, but it's better than going into a bad situation unarmed. And maybe the mere presence of a gun will remind you not to shoot off your mouth.
Gretchen.
I mean, give your fascinating opinion quite so freely.
All right. Maybe we'll try that next time.
What's wrong with having a gun?
So what's the next assignment?
You just got here. You probably haven't even been to your penthouse yet.
That wasn't the question.
Fine. There's a supposedly undiscovered Rembrandt in Rome for Sotheby's, and 2 pieces in Egypt for Rutherford's.
Take them both.
Malachi, you just got out of the hospital. You should let your body rest, at least long enough to get used to a time zone.
With the economy in the gutter, there are a lot of desperate people right now. Desperate enough to sell Grandma's Harrington or create a good forgery. I might as well make the money while I can.
You're driving yourself too hard. Your body needs...
What my body needs is no concern of yours.
No. Thanks for reminding me. There was also a new client who called. Something about a government contract.
Who is this new client?
Amble Dexter, 452 Central Park West. He wouldn't say what it was about, just that he needed someone with your expertise.
If he wouldn't even say what it's about, then it's not worth my time following up.
Well, it is a very upscale address, but do as you please.
That's all for now.
Very well.
As you can see, he's a bit of a bastard. By a bit, I mean a douche.
Nothing. That's extremely odd. It's an unusual name, but there's information on everyone on the internet. Unless it was intentionally scrubbed.
I see you are in Manhattan. Please come by.
How did he
your
know I was in
earliest-
Manhattan?
Oh.
And how did he get my cell phone number?
Please come by at your earliest convenience. I will make it worth your while. 452 Central Park West. Present passport to security, Amble
I
Dexter.
don't need to call him right now. I don't need to text him right now. I find it best to have my clients associate me with interesting but unusual finds. The artwork is all chosen for that purpose, and I change it every few months.
I think this all looks incredibly tacky.
I keep some of my favorite objects in my office. That doesn't mean I wouldn't part with them for the right price. The chair's more modern than the rest of the furniture, much more comfortable that way. I'd rather stand. I sit far too much when I'm traveling. It's an original sculpture by an upcoming artist. It should be a good return on investment someday. The desk looks good and is functional, but it doesn't have a particularly interesting history. It's a letter from Mr. Barozzi, an antique dealer in Venice. He has a brilliant eye for interesting pieces. He's a little quaint. He insists on sending snail mail.
Dear Mr. Rector, I hope this letter
I'd like to
finds
see what
you...
Barozzi's found. Perhaps I'll be passing through Venice sometime soon.
I hope this letter finds you in your shop in good health and good fortune. Recently, a unique figurine has come into my hands, which I think will be of interest to you. Though I am not certain of its origins, I believe it may be Celtic. Celtic. I hope you are able to come by the next time you are in Venice to take a look. I'll keep it set aside for the time being. Sincerely, Giuseppe Barozzi.
The bleak economy seems to be all the newspapers can talk about these days.
Stock market continues dangerous dive. European economic collapse by 2014. Echoing the United States' own precarious economic situation, Europe is in similar dire straits. You kind of need an apostrophe there? Wow. Come on now, this is supposed to be a professional game. The value of the euro has been declining in parallel with the dollar since early this year, and the closing of 2 major banks in the last 6 months has led experts to declare that a collapse is inevitable in the coming year. Lovely.
I don't use my computer like I used to. Everything is on my phone these days. I'd rather use my phone. In case I have visitors, as unlikely as that may be. The couch is for the rare times I have a client visit me here. No, thank you. Fine china from the early 19th century. Dogon masks from Molly. I've always liked the sense of isolation in that painting. I find it best to have my clients
I guess that's it. Okay.
Gretchen?
Yes, Malachi?
Did you give Amble Dexter my cell phone number?
No. I told him I'd give you his message and that I didn't know when you'd be back in town.
Well, he got it from somewhere. That's all for now.
Very well.
Let's turn down the anti-aliasing a bit. I don't have a dedicated graphics card, so...
I'm going to go see Mr. Dexter.
Good. But tell him you can't travel anywhere for a few weeks.
I'll do nothing of the sort.
Good luck.
Feta. That must be the logo of this company or agency or whatever it is.
Amble Dexter.
Future Intelligence Technology Agency. What does that mean? Hey, what on earth? I've never had a page deleted while I was viewing it. Very strange. Nothing is coming up at all.
Malachi can analyze objects and people to learn more about them. Each icon highlights a point of interest. Click on one to see the data point and select from the list of possible deductions based on what Malachi sees. Starburst deals with space. Acronym, government agency. Moebius strip deals with infinity or repetition. Round logo implies tied to NASA logo with the space there. Yeah, let's try that. Click finish after making all your choices to see Malachi's final analysis. This is a government agency that has to do with space. Role of Moebius strip unclear.
That man is not your average security guard. He looks serious. He doesn't look like the type I can manipulate. He wants to see my passport. I'm here to see Amble Dexter.
Your passport, please, sir.
Here's my passport.
Welcome, Mr. Rector. You can go through to Mr. Dexter's office. Use the elevator, sir.
Thank you.
Ah, Mr. Rector. What a pleasure to finally meet you. I've heard about your remarkable talents.
Which I presume you'd like to rent in the near future.
Precisely. Please, come in and sit down. This is Mr. Reichart, my associate.
Mr. Rector?
Hello.
Before we discuss the job that we have in mind, I hope you won't object to a simple exercise.
Oh? I'm afraid I left my performing monkey hat at home.
Please don't take it like that. I think as a historian, you'll find it quite fascinating.
I'll think about it. That photograph certainly helps one keep an eye on the big picture. I wonder if that's why Dexter has it there. A couch and coffee table for less formal meetings, I suppose. Clearly, that's not this one. I could walk out, but now I'm rather curious about this agency. What do they do here? That button operates the doors. The flag bears the logo I saw in the lobby with the initials FITA. What does it stand for? Dexter's desk is designed for easy wheelchair access, but it's much like any other beyond that. He keeps it tidy. Dexter has an impressive view. A couch and coffee table for... Reichardt looks like the agency type. A ruthless little paperworm. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Dexter is the man in charge. I'll address myself to him. That's an interesting quote. Must have particular significance to Dexter.
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana.
Amble Dexter. He appears to run this place, whatever this place is.
Sharp gaze, highly intelligent. Steady hands. Calm leader. Runs agency from a wheelchair. Highly determined. Dexter is a highly intelligent and determined man. He appears to be an effective leader.
Shall we discuss the job you have for me?
Certainly. But first, please indulge me with my little exercise, if you'd be so kind.
What is this exercise you mentioned?
Take a look at this man. Tell me if he reminds you of any specific person in history.
I read objects, not people, and this exercise is illogical.
Humor me, please. I've heard you have a photographic memory, and that your knowledge of history is beyond compare. I'm intrigued.
I'm not sure what Dexter hopes to gain from this exercise, but I am curious. I prefer to work on my phone. I'll scan in the man's bio.
Malachi keeps dossiers on his jobs on his phone. Since he has all the data points needed to complete analysis on this person, please press the Analyze button to continue. Background: Giuseppe Montesero, a young Italian painter and architect. Promising talent, he died a few years ago when his career was only just beginning. See if the life of Giuseppe Montesero resembles that of any historical figure. Giuseppe was a talented Italian artist from a young age. Giuseppe became quite a visionary in the field of architecture. His research and work formed the basis for much of today's environmentally friendly, or green, building designs. Giuseppe was hired by the Vatican to implement his green designs on a new building. Giuseppe was known to have many female lovers and was engaged for 5 years to a woman he didn't love. They were never married, and the engagement ended when she died. Giuseppe helped manage his father's business in his early teens and surprisingly excelled at it. Though respected by his peers, Giuseppe did not rise to any great fame or renown in his lifetime. Partially due... Yes, baby? What's that? You brought something for me? Partly due to his early death at the age of 36. Giuseppe had many friends and clients in the church who supported his work. Alright, hold on.